Hi guys, it's Shaye with MLS Female. I am back with your pre-game breakdown for the Orlando City versus Minnesota United game tomorrow on March 10th at home. We're going to be playing at the Orlando City Soccer Stadium. So I'm just going to be breaking down that game really quick, giving some things to look out for, some things I'm excited for, and some lineup things that we have to talk about because we have quite a few players that cannot play. Starters. It's great, right? So let's just keep watching and I'll break everything down for us. Okay, so let's start off first with who we can't play. We have 6 starters that are not able to play right now, which is great. We did all right last week. DC scored their first goal around the 30th minute. Don't quote me on that. I have it in my notes from last week, but I'm not looking at those right now. So it was 30th, 31st, something like that. They scored one, and about like the 39th minute, we had Victor PC sent off with a red card. So we played a man down the rest of the game. So 2/3 of the game we spent man down. But that's where I think we did really good because we were a man down and we still held them to 1 goal for the rest of the game. In added time, after the 90th minute, Stefano Pino, one of our new signs that we got from Miami FC, he scored an equalizer, which, I mean, we have now done 4 home openers with an added time goal to either get us the draw or get us the win. So, I mean, we've made a little bit of a record with some added time goals. So it's not over until it's over in Orlando City. Always remember that. I mean, we were getting kind of discouraged by like 80th minute and not having any goals. But Pino subbed in for Mueller, and that was just the change that we needed. Mueller did great too. It was his first MLS game. So proud of him. He did really good. But let's go down who cannot play. Obviously, Victor PC sent off the last game for a red card, so he cannot play. He will be available next week against NYCFC, which will be good. Sacha, I realized why he can't play. I did not know this. Obviously, he wasn't on our team until the offseason, so I didn't really know his whole story from his past team. Apparently, he's still serving a suspension from playoff season from last year. So I believe he's still serving that suspension and he can't play tomorrow, but I'm not 100% on that. De Silva is also suspended for 3 games. This is his 2nd game of suspension. That is from foul language in the preseason games. So he'll be out this week and he'll be out next week's NYCFC game before he can come back. Dwyer is still out with a thigh injury. Yuri Rosell is out for fitness, and Josue Coleman is out also with an injury. And Kreis has said that we can expect them back by the end of the month. Not sure exactly when we'll see them, but there's a pretty good chance it won't be tomorrow. So our opponents tomorrow, I'm pretty excited. It's Minnesota FC. I'm not saying that I'm a fan or anything, but Minnesota has our old head coach, Adrian Heath, has one of our old defenders, has one of our old midfielders, Harrison Heath, Adrian's son, and I was in love with Harrison. For those of you who saw me in season 1 of MLS, I loved him. And they also have Molino, and Molino's doing great. Honestly, I'm in the MLS Fantasy League, and he got me some points last week because he was doing so good. Molino is just all over the place. He is a great midfielder. He's running all over the field. He's chasing the ball. Honestly, I don't know how he doesn't exhaust himself, so he will pose a bit of a threat to us since we don't have those 6 starters, those 6 attackers to like handle him. We will be using more of like our younger players, our newer players to try to handle Molino, and I am not sure how we're going to hold up against that, so he may cause us a bit of trouble. I can't speak on Minnesota's off-season changes. I can't say how great they are. They weren't too much of a threat to us last year, but again, just like DC wasn't a threat to us before, they kind of made us hold our own last week, so that could be the same situation here, especially since we are missing those starters, so it's definitely a possibility. It's going to be a good game either way. I mean, I always love seeing our old players come back to play at the stadium. It's always a good time. I love when Breckshay comes back, like the whole stadium just cheers for him, and it's so nice because you've seen our games, you know we're not the nicest to the away teams, but it's like when they're doing the lineups and everyone's like who after every name that's called, we cheer after our old players. So that makes me feel good. At least we're not total jerks to the people that we traded away. So it's definitely going to be a tough game. I mean, last time we faced Minnesota, they did manage to beat us 1-0, but I mean, they've never been like a threat team, so I'm not like completely panicked about it. But then again, they may have made the changes that they needed to be a threat team. That we will have to see tomorrow, and I will definitely be reporting on all that. And you can find all of my coverage on MLSfemale.com, which I will break down the post game. I try to do a video. Last week I know I promised a video after the game, but my dog has been having some serious issues, some serious allergies, so I was not able to get on here and do a recap because I've needed to take care of him a little bit. So hopefully that won't happen this week and I will be able to do a post-game video. But either way, if not, you can find my post-game coverage on MLSfemale.com if that interests you. Also, keep up with me on Twitter during the game. I will keep everyone posted, and I will be using hashtag ORLVMN. So that's probably going to be the official game hashtag. That's the one I try to use. So unless they do MNUFC, which they shouldn't, I don't think they'll do that. They usually just do like the shorter option. So just follow that hashtag, follow me, and you'll be able to keep up with me live in game, and I will be reporting everything. I'm excited about this. Honestly, there's a lot of controversy here. Like, I was looking at the stats the other day. When we fired Adrian Heath, it was about 8 more games than what we have now with Kreis. And his records and Kreis records are about the same. Actually lost more games with Kreis than we did when we had Heath. We tied more with Heath, which was just not wins, they were just ties. But we lost more with Kreis. So if I was Kreis, I would definitely be needing to make those changes because that we cut Heath mid-season for that record. So I mean, we'll see how it goes, but we definitely need to be pulling off some wins. 1, for Kreis to keep his job, and 2, for the city to keep its morale, because there's just, at this point, it's like, are we winning? Or are we just here to have a good time? Which I hates to be like that. I'm going to be an Orlando City fan forever, but it's just also like, we got to pull off some wins, boys. But I do believe in this lineup. I do believe in these changes. I'm sad to see some of our other players go, of course, but like after seeing last week, I see that the changes really did help. They did make a lot of difference. Having Justin Miram on the team has been great, and I was nervous about that. I wasn't sure if I was going to like him too much, but he did great last week. He was really holding his own on the field. Spector as captain is doing amazing. He's just controlling the field. He's keeping everyone in their spot. He's diffusing tension. We had a couple almost fights break out last week, and he was just there to nullify the situation, which was great. So we shall see how this goes. We are meeting our old coach. We are meeting our old midfielders. It's gonna be a good time. I'm pretty excited about the game. So just keep up with me if you want to hear coverage on that. Vamos Orlando!